I got a strike while the iron is hot. One of one, don't follow flocks. Man, I got this on lock. Team Harvey, team hustle, team can't be stopped. Just cop 900 glowy, yeah, I'm fresh out the shop. Let's talk bowling. I'm an expert on the lane, yeah. Smooth approach, about to roll a perfect game, and well connected with the sport's biggest names. We can't talk unless an X on the frame. I'm here asking the questions, clear the air and confusion. Fresh, humble, and arrogant with the logo infusion. Red cup for the right vibe. I got the answers, you going live with Bowtie.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? I hope everyone is out there doing well, man. I know right now we're going through some tough times. Bowling alleys are shut down in certain areas. Man, I know. Hey, all we can do is just keep believing on the faith and trust in the man above that he is going to get us through this. Because he will. I promise you he will, man. As much as you guys want to bowl, I want to bowl as well. But, hey, self-care, self-love comes first. Tonight, man, it's not just one. It's just not two. But I got some amazing men coming on the screen with me tonight. And, man, I couldn't be even more proud to even be sitting at this table with these gentlemen. Because all they bring is positivity. They bring high energy. They bring great ideas. They bring love. It is like family. This right here is the first of many shows. But this one right here, man, since I announced this last week, I couldn't wait to this day. I've been excited to come and shoot the ideas and talk about what we need to do and what we have going on. Man, dude. So it's a roundtable discussion. All is open. What do you guys want to talk about? Dude, it's a lot. And these guys, man, we're going to pick each other's brains. Hey, if y'all pick our brains, this is what we here for. So I'm going to bring Gerald Johnson, Godfrey Wilson III, Maurice Moore, Ron Sims Jr., and my boy, he ain't even on here yet. He hasn't logged in. He a little late. BrandAn Aldridge. You guys have no clue who he is, but dude, I'm telling you, this is a show you guys aren't going to want to miss. I'm going to bring my boys to the screen one by one. Mr. Gerald Johnson.
What's up?
Godfrey.
What's good, people?
Mr. Maurice Moore. And none other than my boy, Ron Sims Jr.
What's up, Ronnie?
What's up, family? What's good? I'm excited to be here.
Been looking forward to this.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, how y'all fellas doing, man?
Great. Couldn't be better.
I'm on, man.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, if they probably would lock me up thinking how crazy I am right now because as excited as I am. If I could do a flip, I would right now, but I know that I end up in the hospital, so I'm gonna keep my hot pots in this seat.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, Ron.
I'm excited though, man. Just happy to be here with you guys, man.
Man, this right here is first of all, I just want to say thank you guys for even coming on the show, man, and sitting at this table of fine young men to shoot ideas, to share ideas, to bring the positivity to the screen, to the world that we live in. Because right now, like I said, guys, it's a tough situation what we're dealing with.
Yeah,
you know, and man, we pushing through. We are pushing through.
We have to. We don't have a choice.
No.
Hey, you're right, man. You don't have a choice. What's your options? Quit.
No other options.
Nah, here ain't no quitting here. No quit over here. No quit over here, baby.
Hey, so
where to keep going?
Hey, so first off, I want to start off by I want you guys to introduce yourself. I introduce y'all, but I want you guys to introduce yourself and tell me what you do for, or not tell me, tell the viewers what you do for a living. And we can start at the top with G Money, Gerald.
All right, Gerald Johnson. First and foremost, I'm a father. I'm a father before I'm anything else. And that's the most important thing in my life is being a father. I've been fortunate enough to be working in the elevator industry. I worked construction for like 15 years. And right now I'm in the maintenance part of working on elevators. And I couldn't be any happier. And I don't think my life could be any better.
And where you from? I forgot. Ask that part too.
From the Detroit, Michigan. The bowling capital of the world.
All right. Hey, it's on you, Godfrey. What you got, brother?
Hey, Godfrey Wilson III here, sometimes known as G-Man. Just turned the big 5-0 last October. Hailing from St. Louis, native St. Louisan, born and raised. I am a letter carrier for the United States Postal Service. The day after Labor Day will make 14 years. Before I spent 15 years in the mechanical engineering field. Divorced, no kids, and that's not by accident. That's by design. So I have a little point about self-responsibility and self-control a little bit later on the show for the younger people about how that works. But yeah, I'm not a father, but I am a son. I'm a brother, I'm an uncle, I'm a great uncle, I'm a godfather. I think I love being a godfather more than I love being any other one. So, I got heart, I know where to find some kids if I want some kids. But, that's me. That's pretty much my background.
Where's my check, Godfrey? It ain't in the mail.
Check your roof. I like to throw my customers a challenge here and play a little game.
All right, big. Hey, Ron, it's on you, brother.
It's on me. All right. Well, I'm Ronald Lorenzo Sims Jr. They also call me Tico. That's my nickname. Y'all didn't know that. That's my nickname.
No, enough.
Yeah, you know it now.
What's that nickname again?
Tico. T-E-C-O. Tico.
Tico. All right.
Yeah, that's my nickname. That's my mama gave me that. That's my mama. So now you got a problem with it, deal with her. So, exactly.
Hey, what they say? My mama Clay. His mama name was Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Mama name was Tico.
Yeah, well,
that's right.
Ron Sims. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. You know, not a whole lot about me, guys. Y'all know I just love people. I love bowling. I'm a church guy. I've been in church all my life, so I love Jesus. So I don't shy away from that. I've been married for it'll be 21 years on August 28th. Got 3 kids, 5 grandkids. I'm in the trucking business, so I sometimes you see those 53-footers going down the highway. That might be me behind the wheel. So as long as you're in Virginia, because I ain't leaving out Virginia. But anyway, that's about all it is with me, man. I just love people any way I can encourage you. You best believe that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm called to do. So
here we go. All right, Big Mo, it's on you, brother.
Maurice Moore, born and raised from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
Everybody call me Mo. Mo with an E, not with an O. Been working in the jail system for over 22 years now. So wow. I work for Mentor Police Department right now. That's about it, man. I have a son. Proud of my son. He goes to VMI military school.
Yeah.
D1 football player, man. I am
that's
a
what's
father.
up.
So that's my life, man. I am a bowler.
There we go. And I'm gonna introduce myself. I let the fellas go first. Like I said, my name is BrandAn Grant. I am the host. I am Mr. Bowtie himself, right here from Los Angeles, California. Dude, I am currently a head custodian for Torrance Unified at elementary school. And I've been doing that for 10 years now. And man, I'm excited to be on this panel right here. Excited.
Me too.
We're glad to be here, Brandon.
Yes, indeed.
All of
So happy to be here.
Yeah, man. I feel like this is an honor. I'm in the presence of greatness.
No, we the one that's honored, Godfrey. We all great in our own way.
When
For real.
Brandon asked me to be on the show, man, I was in total shock.
Hey, don't be in shock, man. Hey,
really?
Hey, when the man above speaks, brother, he points me into the right direction of great people, and you guys came to mind.
Well, we appreciate that. At least I know
much
I do.
appreciated, bro. Much appreciated.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, Wanda.
Look,
hey, God, I'm sorry, that's my double partner too, though. But I know she was yours first. I give you that.
It depends on and the region.
Hey, look, for all my viewers, shoot your questions. It could be for the whole panel. It could be for individuals. It can be for a couple different people. Hey, but we here to talk about everything. I see some questions over here I'm going to get to. But my thing is right now, I'm asking the panel, how do you guys feel about what the NBA is doing right now for our country as far as the platform they're on?
I think they're actually doing a pretty good job, BrandAn, you know, being able to put whatever they want on the back of their jerseys, you know, as long as it's something positive, because we definitely need that, you know. It's definitely different, you know, with no fans, but, you know, it's still the NBA, and they have the platform, and they need to, you know, this is something that they should have been doing, you know. I don't know if the NBA would have allowed it, but this is something they should have been doing, man, because they are so many people's heroes, and, you know, are in the forefront, and people look up to them, and, you know, they have to take a stand for, you know, when something's not right. They have to forget about all the millions that they're making, and they got to do the right thing, man. They are like I said, they are in the forefront. They have to be the leaders and take a stand for certain things. You know, you might fall out with certain people, you might fall out with the owners, you might fall out with, you know, sponsors, but you got to do what's right.
That's right. Anybody else intake? What you got?
I like the idea of what they're doing. I like that they're not pigeonholed into all having to do one thing, you know, because, you know, just like us right here, right now, we all got different backgrounds. We all are the sum total of our experiences, and those experiences aren't going to be the same. So people might want to represent and push to the forefront some different things. So I like that they're not pigeonholed in, but man, it's just like we just had our primary election Tuesday, and you can literally feel the wind change. You know, I heard Jalen Rose say not too long ago that thing going back in the as far as us moving forward and progressive. The winds of change are sweeping through right now, and we can feel it. The country needs to change on a whole lot of levels, and I think that we're going to get, you know, we're working towards getting it done, you know. NBA players, keep on using their voice, using their platform to push that agenda to the forefront because it's what's needed.
Definitely.
All right. Anybody? What you got, Ron? Mo, what you got?
Well, first of all, let me say this. What up, Sid? What up, JP? Mama JP? Oh God, guys. My feelings is I like what they're doing. I like the fact that they're choosing to use their platform to speak about any injustice. Okay, and of course, right now the injustice that we're dealing with, of course, is you know, what everybody's been talking about and been shucks, what we've been dealing with all of our lives. And so I like the fact that they're addressing it. But even what they're doing is still not going to be enough. You know, they're using their platform, and they should. But it still all comes down to us as a people. You know, how are we going to treat one another? You know, what we're going to do is okay to protest, it's okay to have marches and everything and boycotts and everything. And I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. We should do that. But when we're done with that, then what? What's next? Okay? Do it stop right there? You know, it has to keep going. We have to keep learning. We have to keep pushing. We have to keep educating ourselves. We have to understand that sometimes we have to agree to disagree. Okay, and it's just, to me, it's a lot to this thing, man. That is cut and dry for me personally, because we all know there's a lot of people of different races that we have absolutely great relationships with, you know, and they're absolutely beautiful people. But we had a few bad apples that spoiled a bunch, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
you use that platform. I'm appreciative for them doing that, but still, we as a people have to do more. We have to do more. So, you know, that's all I got, man.
Right. Big Mo, what you got?
Hey, Debbie.
Working from a stance of law enforcement for so long, man, I've always seen both sides of the fence, man. The NBA is doing a great job. I see they're doing a great job of letting them be free as men, because the NBA could have been doing something. All sports could have been doing something 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but now is the time to stand together as one across America. It's time. It's been time. So, you know, that's my point that I have.
Hey, National, Miss Deb, how you doing?
Hey, Debbie.
What's up, Debbie?
Hey, does anybody have the computer on next to them with the volume up? Because I think it's an echo going on somewhere.
The echo.
If it's an extra computer on or anything that's going on, it's an echo somewhere, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Is our volume up on the computer? We're getting an echo from somewhere. We're going to check it out right now, Brandon.
I got you. Hey,
Okay. No, it's not us. Our computer's not on, Brandon.
Okay. Hey, fellas, all right, look, we got our take on that. And like I said, I know my take on that. It is, I like the idea. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, has something different on the jersey. Like I said, you wasn't tied into, oh, we can only put Black Lives Matter or freedom or this or that. So it was open. And I just hope and I pray that the NBA doesn't only do this because of what we're going through right now. I hope they continue doing this, you know what I'm saying, so they can say, hey, this wasn't just for the moment. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it, man. So that is it was big.
One thing, Brandon, though, not to cut you off, but you know, you can push for change, but people gotta want to change.
Say that, man.
You can't force change on them. They gotta want to change. You can't force change on anybody. They gotta want to change. You know, and like I said, whatever I say, you know, on the live show today, I hope I don't lose some friends, because I got quite a few white friends. You know, I just look at them as friends, but you know, they have to be white. But you gotta speak up when something is wrong, and then if it offends some people, then so be it. So be it. I got to do what's right, because see, my sons are watching me.
Yeah.
And if I'm not doing the right thing, they probably won't do the right thing either. And they're always watching me. So that's number one with me, Brandon, that they, you know, copy a lot of the things I do. So, you know, I don't always do the right thing. I try to do the right thing, but my sons are always watching me. Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
There we go, man.
That's truth right there. And you hit it right on the head, though, man. If change happens when we have a change in our mind and a change in our heart. So if neither one of those change, ain't nothing happening. It's going to stay the same. And so that's just the way it is out here. So again, everything that they're doing out here, I applaud it. I think it's great. But until there's a change in the mind and a change in the heart, it's for naught. So
I agree.
And to piggyback off of what Gerald finished saying, you know, we do have to understand that it's not always somebody else's responsibility just because they have a huge platform. All too often, we have a whole lot to say about what somebody else isn't doing and very little to say about what we're not doing. So even if your voice is small, you know, the way we're doing it right now, you take all of these voices and put them together and it becomes one big booming voice. So, you know, you can't always just sit back and wait for somebody else to do something simply because they have the larger platform. You got a voice, just like they got a voice. Use it. You know, you never know who you're reaching out to, who you're touching, who you're inspiring, who's watching you. You know, I've learned that in my life. So yeah, we have to take the initiative as just as much as they do, even if our platform is a whole lot smaller.
Yeah.
Everybody has to work consciously on changing for the better.
Hey, my girl Monique Henderson from down here, she just shot our first question for the panel.
Hey, Monique.
Hey, she said,
Monique.
knowing what you know about life, what advice would you give an 18-year-old version of you that could apply to an 18-year-old today?
That's an excellent question.
Yes, it is.
Good Lord, have mercy.
Monique,
Hey, on that one, Godfrey, we'll go in order. I'll go first. I'll take the first one on this one. I would tell an 18-year-old version of me, which was a long time ago. I would tell an 18-year-old version of me, first things first, keep your credit straight. and put principle in front of a paycheck. You got to have principles. You have to have some principle. You got to stand for something. And I was more concerned with making money than doing the right thing and stepping up and speaking up. So, like I say, keep your credit. I keep my credit tight and put principle in front of a paycheck.
All right. That's an excellent question. I mean, excellent question, excellent response. And
thanks, Godfrey.
Right behind Gerald, that goes hand in hand with keeping that credit straight, start saving right now. You don't have to saving on a huge level. You know, everybody tries to start saving on a level that's a little bit larger than what they can handle and end up not saving much of anything or nothing at all. Start saving, because man, when you start hitting middle age, that's when you can really start to see those savings compounding and gaining interest, and I mean shooting straight toward the stars. So start saving right now, and then the 18-year-old version of me, what apply to an 18-year-old, what we were just talking about, that self-control, that self-accountability, that self-responsibility. Take your education seriously. Keep your nose clean. Don't create instances where you're forced into, situations where your money's gonna be headed over here, your money's gonna be headed over there, because you spread yourself too thin. You weren't properly prepared for what you were getting into. So just understand those adult situations and understand the consequences, and knowing that everything that you do has a price. Sometimes it's a good price, sometimes it's a bad price, sometimes it's a high price, sometimes it's a low price. But understand that everything that you do has a consequence.
There you go. Uh-oh. My bad. I'm over here touching stuff.
That's all right.
Mo, on you. Hey, and if you see your thing, don't mute. That's me. I'm muting everybody. While one person is talking, I'm muting everybody.
That's a good idea.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's on Mo now. What you got, Mo?
It's a great question. I mean, I feel like the school systems right now should teach about credit. Credit is so big in America right now, especially for the younger generation. Well, our generation, we didn't have anything or anyone to tell us about credit. That's the major thing. Other thing, when you're dealing with law enforcement, I'm gonna say this, it might upset a couple people or whatever. When you're dealing with law enforcement as an 18-year-old, you got these cell phones, you got these. The first thing you want to do is pull out your cell phone and videotape everything. I understand that, but you still got laws out here that you have to abide by. When you get pulled over, the first thing I told my son when he turned 18, really I told him when he turned 15, is roll down all your windows. Roll them all down. Put your hands on the dashboard and answer every question that you can answer to that police officer. All you want to do is get home safe. That's all you want to do. That's your major concern, is to get home safe. That's where the law comes in. If you have to get arrested or anything like that, that's where the law comes in. I know a lot of times People ain't trying to say, hey, the law is not for us, but sometimes it is for us. So please, please try to abide by the laws and keep that credit score together.
There you go. All right, Mo, I appreciate it. Big Ron, on you, brother. Oh, crap.
One.
It's on you, Big Ron.
So first thing I'm going to say, you talked about the credit. I'm going to take that a step further. Let's learn about wealth. Learn about not just saving, but how can I make that money make money? Because if you think about it, I ain't never got there. One day I plan to, but I ain't there yet. But rich folk don't worry about no credit. Why? Because they busy earning. They busy building. They busy owning things. So we need to teach if I was 18 again, I will be learning about how can I make money, make money. How can I go out here and own something? We got to teach our young folk how to go out. Don't worry about a job is not for everybody. Some of us have some things in us that can build some empires. So how do we tap into that? How do we teach them, hey, don't just worry about trying to punch somebody else's clock. Hey, you get your own clock. Okay? You be the CEO. You be the owner. You own the land. You own this skyscraper on Fifth Avenue. Why you can't own that? So at the age of 18, I was tell myself, learn how to make money, not go out here and punch a clock. I'm not knocking jobs because I got one. Thank God I got one. But I got 4 of them, come to think of it. But anyway, thank God I got them. But nevertheless, I would go back and say, let's learn about wealth. How can I own something? Okay. So now I can be my own CEO. I can call the shots. Yep. Okay. I'm in control right now. If they tell me I walk in there tomorrow and they say, hey, you ain't got a job, then what am I going to do? So that's my one thing right there.
All right. Hey, for myself, I'm going to unmute everybody because in a minute, we're going to all talk again. But for myself, as an 18-year-old, I would say, man, hold yourself accountable for all your actions. Because there was plenty of times at the age of 18, when someone went down on my half, I was pointing at everybody else. And it was a life lesson, I should say. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm the baby of the bunch right here in this crew. I'm the baby of the bunch. So just hearing all these different answers and like you said, credit, man. I was like, credit? Who needs that, man? I was like, I ain't worried about my credit. Man, I wish I was worried about my credit back when I was 18. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, when it comes, and Mo, you said it right, when it comes to getting stopped by the police, listen to what they have to say. They ask you for your information, give them that information. Don't hold court in the streets. That's what court is for.
Yep.
And that's how I look at it, man. You're not going to win that court battle while you sitting over there on the street with the police behind you. You're not going to win that. So hold court in court. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's just my take right there, fellas.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Hey, Elijah Sled say, if you were given a podium to speak in front of 1 million people, what would you say about the world and community we live in?
On me, I just got to keep preaching love, man. That's where it start at. You gotta love the people you live around and be around. You gotta preach love, man. We missing that so much. It's all about love, man. You gotta love one another. Period.
All right, Godfrey.
All right. Pretty much an echo of everything that I've said thus far. Self-responsibility, self-accountability. You got to respect your neighbor. You got to respect life. You got to respect what's around you. You got to want to be able to keep it nice. If it's not as nice as you'd like for it to be, help to build it up. And just the world in general, you know, what Gerald just said, it's about love. You know, that's what makes the world go around. That's what keeps us going. That's what builds us up much faster than anything else. Love is 10 times stronger than hate, but for whatever reason, it's just so easier to jump straight to hate than it is to jump to love. I guess it's just that, you know, what we born with as far as human nature, but that's what I would tell the world is, hey, let's all work together. Let's work on building up that love, loving and respecting each other, respecting our families, helping to build our families up, and just building the world that we live in up so that it's a beautiful place and a prosperous place for everybody.
All right, G. I appreciate that, G man. Mo, you up? Mo, what you got?
I feel like we gotta just treat everybody equal. We treat everybody equal. This world will be phenomenal. Right now, we wouldn't be talking about riots and stuff like this. We just gotta treat everybody fair. If everybody get a fair shake on what's going on here and there, we can move on from all this. We can move forward and be a greater America. That's what I would say.
Okay. Big Ron, on you, brother.
You know, I can say a lot because y'all know me. I like to talk.
But not even that though, Big Ron. You out there down there from Virginia, bro. It's a lot of still some racial things that go on down there.
Well, bro, that's everywhere. That's everywhere. And so I can't control that. So at the end of the day, you control what you can control. You control your world. Okay. I can't make anybody love me. I can't make anybody respect me, but I got to respect myself first. And after I respect myself first, then I share that respect. I show respect to others. Okay. And so if we can't agree, well, it's time for me to move on because that's what I got control over. I got control over my actions. Okay. Right. And so if there's a situation where you and I just not vibing, it's time for me to exit. Okay. And so, you know, for me, what I would tell folk is you got to do you first. You got to, because I can't, it's hard for me to love you if I can't love myself. I can't give you something I don't have. Absolutely. So I have to love myself first. Okay. Love conquers all. Okay. But it starts with us. We have to love ourselves first. Okay. We got to respect ourselves first. Because when we do that, then it's a lot easier for me to go out and love you and respect you because I respect myself.
There you go. That's everybody, huh? Besides myself.
I could go on, but y'all, I told y'all when we first started this, I said, y'all know how I like to talk. And I wasn't going to take offense if y'all raised his hand and say, all right, Ryan, that's enough. So I'm actually trying to show some self-control, guys. So give me my props. I'm trying to show some self-control here.
Hey, yeah, you're doing good, Ron. You're doing good, brother.
You talk so well, Ron.
Hey, but it was myself, man.
Get you one of these.
I need one of them.
No, if it was myself,
I ain't gonna have no bow tie juice in mine though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, man, that bow tie juice, it gets you going. You just with the moment.
Hey, the strongest I'm gonna do is a root beer. That's about the strongest I'm going.
Man. Hey, but no, with me, dude, what I would talk about, man, is self-responsibility. We have to take care of self first before we can try to take care of others. And a lot of times, man, in the world, we tend to put our problems and try to put them in other people's hands and things like that. Man, we gotta accept our flaws, accept our mess ups, accept everything that we do. We got the good, we got the bad, but a lot of times, man, where we mess up is we just want good. Dude, there's no perfect person in the world.
None.
There's not one perfect person in the world, and if you're perfect, you're not human.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where we mess up because we try to put people on pedestals they shouldn't even be on.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and that's just me and my life, and that's how I feel, man. Like we just gotta look at things a little different.
You're 100% on that, Brandon,
Yeah.
because talking about putting people on the pedestal.
Yeah,
That's
say
what,
that.
you know, in the bowling alley, that's what they tend to do. You know, if you're a great bowler, they just automatically think you a great person, and that it don't go hand in hand.
No, sir. No, sir.
You get treated like a king if you average 240, but they turn their nose up at you if you average 160. Some of my best friends average 160. I could care less what their bowling average is, but you get put on the pedestal, and we put the wrong people on the pedestal. Being a 240 average bowler or winning this and that does not make you God Almighty. It doesn't.
You're right, bro.
I want to be treated good if I average 150. I'm a good person. It ain't got nothing to do with bowling. It's just something I do. I'm a father. Bowling is just something I do.
We got a question from Robert Bradley for the panel. How many single titles do you guys have, and how many 300 do you guys have?
I guess I can go first with that.
I'll start with that. I got one title, TNBA title, and I probably have 8 300s. That's about it.
That ain't bad. I'll start with the 300s. I think it's at 85. I ain't sure. I'm pretty right around 85. And singles titles, and it just makes me feel good when I say it. It's over 50.
Woo!
It's over 50.
That's a bad boy up there.
Singles is nice. Singles titles are nice because you did it by yourself. You did it yourself.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hey, so can we put Stroke up on the pedestal because he's a good guy and he's a good bowler?
Oh look, I didn't read that. It did say single title. So single titles, I have 0. There you go.
If Stroke got singles titles, we need to put them on a billboard. You know, we do our pedestal and soapbox level.
God has been good to me. That's all I can say. Ronald attest to that.
Goes in my head, and I think I got somewhere around 15. I got 3 singles titles in TNBA Southern Rodman Classic. Singles, scratch singles club around here called Grand Prix. I have 10 men's division titles and 1 senior title, and then I have 1 senior title from way back in 1999 by the Gateway Tournament Association, and that was my first singles title, and my biggest purse to date for singles. So,
all right,
300 games, 68. Checked and verified just for this show. That can be verified in the sanction. 68 300 games.
All right, Big Mo, you up next.
Wow, I feel like I shouldn't even be saying anything right now. I have honestly probably around 10 titles, single titles 10 tournaments I've won singles. 300s. I have a lot. I have 98 guys. I didn't hit the 98 part, Ron. You wouldn't believe it, Ron. I didn't hit the 98 300s. But other than that, yeah, Ron. Me and Ron been rolling together for a long time, man. That's my big brother right there. Yeah, I hit the 98 mark now.
Okay.
Around 10 to 15 titles right now, I think. So somewhere in that realm. I forget, man. But the most that catches me is that 2020 I just knocked off, man. That's the most. That is the grand winner right there, man. That's the one I always wanted. I always wanted to win one from Billy here in Cleveland, man, and I did that.
Hey, you did that with Bills.
With the Bills.
Look, did that with Bills, and I was sitting there looking. I'm like, is this dude really about to shoot 300? Like, hey, yeah, I want that. Give me all those.
Appreciate it.
Going out in classic fashion and with a bang. Boom.
But, hey,
My title. Let me get that.
let me get that. Hey, Big Ron, it's on you, brother.
Hey, man. First of all, I got to say this. Mo ain't lying when he said, literally, that's my brother from another mother. That's the only guy, out of 21 years I've been married, that's the only guy that can say that he laid his head to rest in this house. He's the only guy that I let lay his head in my house overnight. So you know they got to be love.
Hell yeah, there's something there. Sure.
But no, for real, man. Man, I love you guys, man. I'm excited about this. But far as 300s, I have 3300s, and far as singles titles, excluding some of the ones here locally, I have one singles title, and that just happened on New Year's Day, 2020, when I won our Stand Classic, which is a big tournament here in Virginia that a lot of guys here, go bowl, and to win that was that truly was a highlight in my life right there. So had many of them, but that's one of them right there.
Nah. All right, fellas, I'm gonna go unmute y'all real quick. We back. Gwendolyn asked, this is for Gerald. Is Michigan State University a good college for academics and bowling for young men who want to go to college? Actually, I want to lead this up to the panel because Ron coaches college bowling. You know what I'm saying? But I want to lead this up to the if you guys have a voice in this question, you can answer.
Okay, far as academics, definitely. My son Deshaun, who just graduated from Taylor High School, is going to be attending Michigan State University at the end of the beginning of September. And I'm so blessed, and he's such a great kid, man. And as far as a bowling program, Michigan State University, I can honestly say I don't think so. But I couldn't be 100% sure, but I've never heard of them far as a bowling university. But far as academics, which is the most important thing anyway, my son Deshaun is going to be going to Michigan State. But I definitely can't answer the part about being a something for far as a bowling program.
Okay. Ron, you got anything to say about that one? Oh wait, do I have him muted? No, I do. Hold on, Ron. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, your mic ain't connected, Big Ron. I don't know what you did. Something wrong. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Okay, all right, yeah. I was trying to work something out on my end, but we good now. But
yeah.
I can't speak to Michigan State because I've never been there. But please understand, it said student athlete. That means you're a student first. That says you're a student first. So that's what you're going to school for, is to get that education. The athletic part, you can get that from anywhere. You can get that. You can get the academics anywhere. But that's first thing is first is that you got to make sure from an academic standpoint, you're going to be somewhere where you can learn and you can be comfortable learning. Okay, so you get that part down packed first. Okay, the athletics, there was a lot of places I can't really speak to a lot on the men's side because NCAA only has women's bowling. And so at the end of the day, you just have to make sure you have a connection with that coach, because if you don't have a good connection with the coach, that's going to be tough sledding. All right. So check the school out. Number one, make sure academically you're going to be legit and you're going to be okay. And nothing's guaranteed because you really won't know till you get into it and check it out for yourself. But you got to ask the questions. You got to do your homework. For academically, you got to check that part out first. Then make sure you have a good connection with the coach. And you have those two in place, you'll be fine. All
right. Hey, for the panel, I have another question here. Kenny Saxon said, why do racism exist for the world?
if we only knew the answer.
I would say that
it's a matter of the heart.
Yeah.
Simply put, it's a matter of the heart. To me, that it's simple as that. you know, because what's in you is what's gonna come out. Okay, and we all have choices. You can choose to hate, or you can choose to love. That's a choice. That's a choice. And the reason why I can say that is because one of my closest friends, and him and I hit it off the first moment we met each other. We hit it off. I mean, immediately. And you would think I'm talking about a black guy. No, I'm talking about a 70-year-old white guy. And him and I talk. We talk a lot. We have blatant conversation. And he told me he was raised in a racist household. He was raised in that. But somewhere along the line, he made a choice. That's not who I am. That's not what I would like. That's not what I'm not down with that. So he made a choice to love people of all colors, of all races. So it was a choice. So we all have a choice. So why does racism exist? Because people choose to hate because of your skin color.
There you go. Hold on, let me unmute everybody real quick. Hey, here go a question from Miss Parker. I like this one. With this generation, do you think our children should be prepared for a stable profession or for a profession to do something they would do for free?
That's a good question.
That's a dang good question. Hey, who wants that first?
Hey, I take it.
Hey, I'm going with Gerald. I want Gerald to answer this. You got some boys. You got three incredible sons.
I got 4 boys.
Oh, my bad. 4 incredible men. So
and they
I
all
want you to
great.
answer this.
I love them to death. But I would have to say, a stable profession, because I mean, you got to make a living. You got to make a living. You can stand for certain things, but at the end of the day, you have to make a living.
All right. Hey, Godfrey, what you got?
Okay, I would actually say stable profession too, but to go back to something that Ron said earlier, talking about learning about wealth, learning about money and exactly how money works, something that I would, to tie the question about what you tell your 18-year-old self that would apply to 18-year-olds today, that also goes with this question here: multiple revenue streams. That stable profession, that what Stroker just said, you got to have that for sure money. You can't be out here gambling on paying the bills with might be money, especially if you got children in the mix, because you got to handle your responsibilities no matter what. So stable profession, but then on top of stable profession, we all have a passion for something. We all have something that we're really, really good at that you might not be able to turn into a stable profession, but might be another revenue stream if you throw your heart and your passion into it. You can have that on top of your stable profession. And then on top of that, I always like that backup plan in terms of trades that are never, ever, ever going to go anywhere. No matter what's going on in the world, people need their hair cut, people need their grass cut, people need their trees trimmed and serviced. It's always something that you can have as a fall back on type skill if you can develop that, just in case life throws a curveball at you and all of a sudden that stable profession moves your cheese, so to speak,
Yeah.
So I would say go for the stable profession, but don't stop there, because we can wear different hats. A lot of people say, oh, I can't juggle all this stuff at the same time. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it like with myself, got a passion for cars, got a passion for music, got a passion for bowling. It's ways that I can actually turn all of that type stuff into, different revenue streams if I actually put my mind to it and put some legs behind the ideas. I wrote a book. You gentlemen, all of you gentlemen have actually shown an interest in my book. There are probably people in the live feed right now that have bought the book, read the book. That just came directly out of something that happened to me personally. It's inspired by true events, but sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to take when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So on top of that stable profession, look at other ways to get a little revenue stream going too.
There you go. Hey, Mo, what you got for me?
I say a stable profession. You got to start off with a stable profession. Then you got to have those 3 or 4 hats, like Godfrey just said, on the side. It's nothing like waking up in the morning when someone has hit your bank with $50 or $60 or $100, man. Because I'm still in that right now, man, and I smile every day when I see somebody say, "Hey, I want to order this T-shirt," and 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear my phone go ding. Oh man, it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. But you gotta have a stable job and 3 other incomes coming in right now. That's the way I feel. You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
Okay. Hey, Big Ron, what you got for me?
Hey, bro, man, y'all said it all. You said it all. I do not knock stable profession at all. I'm gonna tell you, if you got a chance to lock it in, lock it in. Okay, to have that guaranteed money. But Godfrey, you said it, but I'm just gonna add to it. You just can't limit yourself to that, because unfortunately, especially and COVID showed this to us. If you just limit yourself to that, now we all been blessed on this panel right here that we still working. But there's a lot of folk, because of COVID, can't check that box. Hey, dollar, what's happening? but unfortunately, as we see, look at the unemployment numbers right now. There's a lot of folk that had that stable, and it became unstable real quick. Okay, and so we can't just assume that that's always going to be there. We've been blessed. I've been blessed to always have a job, even when I've been unemployed a couple times. But thank God I was able to find a job, and I was able to, maintain my household, do what I need to do, But what I learned from that is that I just can't rely on that, because it ain't guaranteed. So I have to do other things to expand myself and find different ways to make sure it's still coming in. Okay. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. I'm going to need you to get multiple baskets and grow some eggs to put in them different baskets.
All right. DK Trey asks, what's more important, getting or finishing an education or making money?
I'm going to start with it.
What's up, DK? What's up, DK Trey? Let me start on this one, because every time I see DK Trey's David Kemp III, every time I see his face, I get the shakes and the shivers when he shot that 260 on me to beat me in the senior Rodman finals a couple years ago. So I'm gonna go first, DK Trey. I think getting an education or even finishing education is a little more important than making money. The money will come. You got to have something to fall back on. You must get an education. I stress that with my boys, and you have to have an education. You got to get one, or you got to finish it. The money will come.
Okay. Godfrey is up. What you got for me, G?
Yes, sir. That's actually a tough one for me. I'm right there in the middle. There are some professions where you can make decent and or good money without a whole lot of education, but it really does have to be something that you're good at or something that you have a passion for. I guess that's kind of like that backup plan too, like what Stroker was just saying. The education is kind of like that trade that you might know in terms of something to fall back on. So you get an education, and then you find out that what you got in education, I can kind of use myself as an example for that one, because my education was in engineering. And if 15 years in the engineering field only taught me one thing, it was that I didn't want to be an engineer. By the time I got to that end point, bored out of my mind. So I learned that I actually liked working my body a whole lot more than working my brain for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. So it's hard for me to actually, I'm on the fence with that one. I would tell someone, don't get into a field or an industry simply because the people in that field or industry make a whole lot of money. You know, that's kind of where I would say I went wrong early on in life. I was chasing money and getting a stomach ache when you got to get up to go to work. After a while, the money doesn't even matter that much. You know, it's like, okay, well, how else can I make some money and not feel so bad about having to get up to go to work every day? So, you know, that's kind of a toss-up for me. It depends on what you like. It depends on what you have a passion for. And it depends on what you're good at. It really does.
All right. Big Mo, what you got for me?
I say definitely get that education. That's something that they cannot take away from you. You can always fall back on it, but if you have a passion for something that you love, go for it. You know, you got to go for it. It's a lot of wealth out there. Like, you know, touching on what Ron said, you just got to go for it. But education is big. I say education is definitely big. You got to have it. Got to have that paper, because probably in the next 10, 20 years, a degree is not going to mean anything. You're going to have that master's degree and that PhD to do anything with it, because almost like a diploma a degree from college right now is not really taking you real far anymore. You know, you got to have them other eggs in the basket, as Ron just said, them other eggs in the basket to get over that hump now in 2020. So definitely you got to have that paper, though. You definitely got to have that paper.
All right. Big Ron, what you got for me? Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. There we go. Now you're good.
Okay, all right. Education, you got to have it, but I'm going to go from a little different standpoint on the education, because you're talking to somebody who went to college, and you talked about you went to college for that engineering degree. I went to college for an accounting degree. I can tell you it wasn't even after the first year, I already knew I ain't like accounting. This ain't for me. Okay, so I know the unpopular thing is to tell folk don't go to college, but college ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. So your education could be that trade that you learn. Okay, so learning a trade that's an education. Okay, if you go out here and learn how to be an electrician, chances are you're gonna be able to find some work somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So there are other trades that you can get an education in and make that paper. Okay, because you got to make the money. Okay, don't make the money, you don't eat. Simple as that. Now, if you think Ron Sims said that, no, he didn't. That's actually in the Bible. Don't work, you don't eat. That's just the way it is. So I'm just telling you what the man said, not me. So you got to go out here and you got to learn something so that you can make sure that you have a worth out here, so people want to have you on board, so that you can make that money, so that you can handle your business.
Hey, me personally, I have my ups and downs with this question, because it's a lot of people out there that oh crap, I keep moving you. It's a lot of people out there that don't even have a degree and is making way more money than people with a degree. So hey, that for self-love and self-drive, to have a piece of paper on the wall or what have you, like, hey, I did that, I graduated. But if it's about that paper and you can come to a career that's making great money without finishing school, and it is longevity in that career, go for it. That's just the way I look at it. And yeah, I'm on my kids. I'm on my kids talking about, I want you to go to college. But at the same time, it's like I said, it's a hit and miss thing. So that's just how I feel about it.
Hey, real quick, BrandAn, real quick, like Ron was saying, the trade that I'm in the elevator trade, oh my God, no degree, No degree necessary. I mean, they send you to classes and whatnot because there's a lot to learn about elevators. But our field, we top out at like $55 an hour. No degree, $55.
So now, where I need to go to school?
Hey, it's like Ron said, school ain't for everybody.
It ain't for everybody.
Right. You're right.
Sometimes
You're right.
that trade school, that technical school, those are the avenues as far as of certain person's education. And an associate's degree can go on to more money than a master's degree. Depends on the field.
Yeah. Hey, Gail Rogers asked, what upcoming talent are we all excited about to watch grow and strike a lot?
Can I go first?
Not if you're gonna steal my man Jalen Mosley.
No, you got Jalen. You got Jalen. And I'm gonna take my man. I think his mama's on here. I saw the mama on here. KC from out of New Jersey. My man KC. He just got into high school. That kid is gonna be unfreaking believable. Hey, KC Campbell, I'm shouting you out, brother.
Jalen is already.
Oh, I know. You absolutely right about that.
He's already unbelievable, man. And you know what? What makes him so good is his attitude.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that.
I ain't never seen him upset. I haven't seen him that many times, but he's such a class act young man, and his attitude will take him farther than most people. That his attitude, I mean, it's just perfect. He got the right attitude.
Yep.
Got the talent. You gotta have the right attitude too, man. He got it. That Jalen Mosley. Woo. And Andre
shout out to his family. Shout out to his family.
Yeah, and Andre Gonzalez from here in Michigan, left-handed too.
He throws the hell out the ball.
BrandAn know about him.
Hey, I remember watching him when we came down to Detroit for TNBA.
Oh my God!
Like, hey, he throw it 100, and it probably got 1,000,000 revs, and it lands the rack.
Yes, it does.
Man, yes.
Did we lose Mo?
Yeah, Mo disappeared. I don't know. He disappeared. He gonna come back.
Mo probably practicing.
He went in the backyard.
Hey,
look, practice. He love bowling so much.
He went in the backyard to get it in.
Hey, DP asks, what's the most strikes y'all ever had in league?
Most strikes ever. I had the front 30 in my Saturday league at Bronco Lanes. It was some years ago. I had back-to-back 300s in the front 6 and front 30.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good day. I told them they used to have a jackpot called best 2 out of 3. I told them to run that with the 2 300s. I told them to run that.
Yeah.
You can't beat 600. Run that.
All right, go Big Ron.
I think I had 22 in a row I had.
And
it didn't say in a row. It just said in league.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought it said in a row.
Question: are we talking about in 1 week, or are we talking about consecutive strikes?
No, we talking about if you bowl. Oh, hold on, let me bring Mo back in. If you bowl on Tuesday and you finished on Tuesday night, how many strikes did you throw? Not in a row, just in that one league.
Well, even that, it was 33 because I had 30 in a row, and then I left 3 10-10s, and then I struck out, so 33.
There you go.
I gotta think about that.
What would that be? Mine would be 33 too. I actually have an 837, and it was 289, 279, 269. So every game, 1 spare and 11 strikes. So that would be 33.
Yes, sir. It would.
My highest series is 857, but that was in a tournament, not a league.
All right. Mo, what you got for me?
Uh-oh. Is he muted?
Wait. Oh, he is muted. All right, go ahead, Mo.
I said my highest 800 is 866, so I don't know how many how many strikes that is.
Woo!
About 35. About 35.
I don't know. So,
That's easy.
I
About
wasn't
35,
counting at
folks.
that time.
Yeah.
That sounds like one open and 35 strikes.
Right.
That sound like.
It was something.
Well,
like
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
With a storm prodigy.
That's a lot of
That's
strikes.
even better. That's even better.
They say don't start. We ain't going there. We ain't going there. We ain't going there.
Trying not to go there.
We ain't going there. We ain't going there.
Not gonna do that.
We're gonna stop while we're ahead.
Hey, mine. I had.
Sorry, Ron.
I want to say it's 34. I go 300, 280, 299 for 879.
Oh, wow.
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 Young guys be striking.
I know, man, with the bow tie on.
You're right.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, and
Brandon, real quick, I wanna tell Mo how proud I am of him for winning the seniors Canadian Club or the Reed Hawthorne, this past year. And I know it meant the world to him, and it meant the world to me because he's been such a big supporter of me over the years.
Yeah.
And to see him accomplish something that he wanted more than anything, and then shoot 300 in the final match, I couldn't be more proud of anybody more than I am of you.
Hey, look.
Shout out
Appreciate it, man.
to Reed Hawthorne Senior Team.
Yeah. Hey, look. Let me say this. I told y'all earlier that guy right there. That's a special guy to me. Mo is a special guy to me. And I literally was riding down the highway when he called me and told me that he had just won the Reed Hawthorne and shot 300 in the title match. I lied to y'all not, and y'all know I'm a waterhead. I started crying. I ain't gonna lie to you. I shed a couple tears because I was just so happy for my big bro to bust loose like that and to finish it like that, to finish it in style, man. That meant a lot to me, and so, man, he already know I'm proud of him. He already know.
Way to go, Mo.
And
If
I can add
Thank you,
something
man.
real quick to that, I want to apologize to Mo for not giving him a better match than I gave him. So I called the step left finals at the 2020 Reed Hawthorne. If anybody saw that buck 59 that I peeled off in the Reed Hawthorne and step ladder finals, erase.
That was a tough.
Top five.
That was a tough top
about what I
five.
did after I got there, but I made the top five.
That was a tough top five, Brandon. Real quick, I got a chance to meet a guy. I didn't realize how good this guy was, man. And I got ultimate respect for this guy because they actually had him on the wrong pair on Sunday when they bowled the last 5 games or whatever to cut to the top 5. They had him on the wrong pair. He should have been on the pair with the people that in the same position as him. And his name is Tyrone Stevens. That brother can bowl.
And
he is such a good guy, man. I got a chance to meet him, and he handled it with so much dignity. Like I said, they had him on the pair with me and somebody else, and we were in like 10th, and he was probably in 3rd, and he should have been on a couple pairs away. And he handled it with so much dignity and class, and went to striking. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna be on that last pair when it's all said and done. That's what he did. I want to give a shout out to him. What
Stevens
man?
out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Atlanta, Georgia,
Yes, and he can bowl. That brother can bowl.
Man,
oh yeah, he throws the ball well.
Yeah, and like Gerald just said, man, just all around good guy, just like this panel. As a matter of fact, if we were to ever do this again, I would say you need to get Tyrone on here with us. Tyrone,
right.
Guy, all around guy, and man.
Hey, and Brandon, real quick. Speaking of people on the show, I had somebody I talked to today, and they said you kind of been avoiding him, and he said you really want to be on your show bad, and I really think you need to have him. His name is Leroy Johnson, Leroy Rock Johnson out of Chicago. He wants to rock.
Hey, tell Leroy to hit me up, and we can make it happen.
You need to make it happen because Rockton's been here, there, everywhere, bowled on the tour. He would be a great guest to have.
Hey, tell Ron to hit me up and let's make it happen.
Yes, definitely need him on the show.
Reed Hawthorne 2020 Super Senior Champion.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's my man,
Yeah.
The Rock.
And Rock been around for a long
Hey,
time.
hey,
When I
look,
first started
Sherry
bowling,
hold on. Sherry Stingley, she live up north, said all those high scores and titles sound like a lot of dedication. Does bowling interfere in your romantic relationship?
Not mine, because my fiance bowls, and she's great. She's a killer, so it don't interfere with mine at all.
I can't tell a lie. It does interfere. It does interfere. Always has interfered. Hey, you know, it's funny. I think back to my really early years, and I actually had a sister that I was dating back in the day tell me, all you ever do is bowl, bowl, bowl. And I shot right back without missing a beat. Yeah, but when I hand you some money, I don't see you handing it back to me. So they gotta understand that place that bowling has in the life of a passionate bowler, but I'd be telling a bold-faced lie if I said it didn't interfere. It interferes. It interferes. Hey, baby,
Well,
what you doing this Sunday? I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to or this evening, as the case may be. So, you know, that's something that anybody that's dealing with me got to work around.
Hey, Mo, what about you, Mo?
I admit, it interferes. It does. It does. It definitely does. I was married for 8 years at one time. And I probably am divorced because of both. You know, I'm not a lot about that. That's first.
Wow.
Oh, crap.
You know,
Sorry.
Yes,
there you go,
yes,
Mo.
yes.
My bad.
yes.
So you said it did interfere, huh?
It did interfere. Cause like Godfrey said, you know, hey, you know, what we doing this weekend? I know what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going bowling. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it happens. You know, you learn from it and you move on.
Yeah. Hey, I know you guys know Marilyn. Marilyn got a good question. It says, hello, young men. We are all always preaching. Hold on.
BrandAn,
Yo.
hold on. Hey, real quick, can I answer that question real quick?
Oh, I didn't come to you?
Marilyn, we will come back to your question, though. We got you, Marilyn. But look, I've been married 21 years. And to answer your question, does it interfere? Yes. I can tell you there's been some tense moments in this household behind me trying to go throw a ball down the lane. Because my wife don't bowl. My wife don't even want to come in the bowling center. So
hey, we don't even know what a bowling center is. What's a bowling center?
Here we go. I already answered that question a long time ago.
Man.
Bowling center is when you just go in there. Now, if it's a bowling alley when the balls hit the lane. When the balls hit the lane, then it's the bowling alley. But when we there to handle other business that don't have anything with knocking the pins down, then it's the bowling alley. All right. So it's both. All right. Now, back to my wife here. Because y'all, I have to pick my spots. Do I feel like arguing this week or not? So I just gotta keep it. We keep it real on this show, right? So
we keep it 100% real, brothers.
So, but now they asked us to interfere with your relation. They said, what was the question? Was it interfere with your relationship?
Your romantic relationship.
Well, romantic. It ain't interfere with the romantic part, but it interfere with the relationship part. So yeah, I had to pick my spots over these 21 years. So, you know, there was a lot of times I wanted to go bold, but, you know, again, going back to what we said about being a father, we have to also understand that's our first job. Well, husband first, and then you got to take care of your kids. So sometimes I had to bite the bullet and say, you know what, I can't play this one. I'm going to stay home. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go to Maryland question. Hello, young men. We are always preaching about the TNBA needing young blood in positions. My question is for you four. Yeah, I know I'm in my mid-60s. Damn, you old, Maryland. But I'm just joking. Don't kick me butt. Don't kick my butt. And I'm still coming to get food when I can, okay? I love you, sis. But she says, what advice can you give me on being a new TNBA Robin director? I'm really struggling to separate the way I run my events and the structure I have to use for TNBA.
My advice, Marilyn, would be to do it the way you want to do it. You're the director. You have to direct. You have to set a precedence and do whatever it takes to get the entries. You got to do what you got to do, because I mean we're suffering on entries, and in the central region, in the Rodman, in the Reed Hawthorne. You are the director. You do you, and you're a strong Black woman. I know you, Marilyn. You don't play. Do what you do, Marilyn.
There you go.
Be the director. Do what you do.
All right. Godfrey, what you got for me?
What's up, Maryland? First of all, congrats on being a new Rodman director. The TNBA Rodman. The Rodman Classic is a tournament that I hold near and dear to my heart. And the Southern has been successful for a long time. Just started recently kind of tapering off just a little bit. And that kind of, speaks to something that I wanted to talk about when I was on the show last week on the bowling side. Attended the Reed Hawthorne this past February, and they tried to put forth the high money, the big money up top, guaranteed prize money for first place. Didn't really go over too well. I'm not really sure how bound your hands are in terms of what you have to adhere to as far as the way TNBA tournaments are structured. But here's what I'd like to actually see proposed on the bowling side of TNBA. We got a couple of tournament clubs here in St. Louis that kind of spoil the scratch bowlers. One tournament club, the pay ratio is 1-in-4. The other pay ratio is 1-in-3. So I would actually like to see TNBA try to work towards, instead of having that big chunk of money up top and, guaranteeing the money up top, but then hoping that you get enough entries to actually fill out the rest of the field, the cash field, maybe try and work on getting that pay ratio, maybe take, a third or however much, a fourth, a third of what you're paying up top guaranteed, and spread that out amongst lower cash spots. I would love, we would have a full field of 120 men in the Southern Rodman Classic, and it would pay 1-in-6 when it was full. And I think the actual advertised ratio is 1-in-7 or 1-in-8. I would love to see TNBA work on getting that ratio to 1-in-5.
Okay.
If we get 120 men, top 24 get paid. We get 60 seniors, top 12 get paid. We get 40 women, top 8 get paid. That's what I would like to see. 1-in-4, 1-in-3, that might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think 1-in-5 is feasible. Like I said, I don't know how tied your hands are in terms of whether or not you could do that, but I think that might go over a little bit well with the bowlers of today, because I think a lot of them, they think, if the entry fee is $180 and the last cash spot is $220, you got a lot of people that just go and they shoot for that cash spot. That's their goal. Hey, maybe I might not have a whole lot of money to throw towards jackpots and brackets, but if I can put up my entry fee and get the last cash spot and turn a profit, then hey, I think that makes TNBA a feasible option to put back on the map. So, and then you say, how do we get the young people in? We do need the young blood. I'm not sure how tied you are in terms of marketing and promotion, but what we're doing right now, that might be the way to actually get the word out again on TNBA tournaments, get them back in people's faces and say, hey, we are here, we are viable, we are still a choice, and we'd like for you to consider us as a good choice. So that would be my suggestion to you. And once again, congrats on being a new director.
There you go. Thanks, G-Man. Mo, you up next, brother.
Okay, I'll jump in on that. I want to congrats Maryland on being a new director of Southern, well, the Western. That's good stuff right there. Firsthand, she don't play around. I met her at Billy's tournament, and she does not play around. You know, good people though. Very, very. She's a good person.
Oh yeah.
But as being a tournament director, firsthand, you gotta be fair across the board. You know, I threw my first tournament last year, and that's what the main thing that you got to do as a tournament director is be fair across the board. Show where the money's going and pay out the correct payout. It's just simple as that. As in Godfrey was saying, that'd be great if we could, get to that 1 in 5 where, the top 13 get paid. You know what I'm saying? People pushing for that last spot in case they don't make it to the top 5, stuff like that. That's just like the tournament that I would like to go, I'm going to this weekend. They got 44 bowlers. They're only taking 44 bowlers, and they're paying the top 13. That's awesome. So they're paying the top 13. You can't beat that. So that's what I look at. And for the younger generation, I feel like this platform that we're doing right now as a round table, they need to bring in the young folks to do a round table to listen in on what needs to be done or change in the TNBA. People are getting older. I understand they don't want to give up their seat, but hey, it's more out there for you to do. I mean, for Billy's, I feel like we need a sponsor. We had sponsors for years, but now we don't have a sponsor. It was the Canadian Club back in the day, but now we don't have that. But we gotta reach deep and find these sponsors out here. That's my opinion on everything.
All right, Big Ron, what you got for me, brother?
I got too much for you.
All right, we don't need too much.
I know we don't. Because anybody that know me know how I feel.
And I know especially for you, you got a lot because you see it all the time working at all these events. So I know we could do a whole show talking about this.
Well, you're right. That's why I'm trying to taper this down because, I mean, I've been blessed to be part of TNBA in more ways than one since I became an adult bowler. So basically since like 1990, I think it was, is when I got my first membership. And so let me just touch on the younger part, because that's near and dear to me, because the folk here in Richmond, they pulled me in at a young age. I had no thoughts about being a president. No thoughts. But they pulled me in at the age of 20. I think I was 22 at the time. Brought me in and said, hey, we're going to teach you because we want you to carry this thing on. Long story short, I ended up being the Senate president for 14 years. I still think I might have been the youngest Senate president in the history of TNBA. I was president at the age of 23.
Oh, wow.
And so they brought me in at a young age, and still here at the age of 48 now, I'm still in this thing. I love it. But you want to talk about getting younger? We got to get younger because, unfortunately, I'm still one of the youngest ones that's sitting up in that room when they had the convention. That's a problem. And so this is near and dear to me, this whole TNBA thing. And I'm trying to temper it down because I can talk about this because I'm passionate about TNBA, and I know what we have can be much better. But to go back to her question, one thing that I feel like we have to do, TNBA, not just tournament directors, but across the board, we have to work with professionalism and with integrity. If you have those things, then I think the tournaments will be fine. But we have to be professional with how we run our tournaments. Okay, people have to have a good experience. Okay, and if they have a good experience, they'll come back. But if we got some foolishness going on, I'm not coming back, and I'm not going to support you when you give me some foolishness. And then you're going to be unprofessional about it. And you have to also understand, bowlers are some of the most fickle people on earth. You know, when we bowling good, it's all good. But let me bowl bad, and you give me attitude, I ain't coming back. And on top of that, I'm gonna use this thing called Facebook to blow you up and make you look bad. So everybody else don't want to come to your tournament because your tournament is garbage, because you don't know how to handle your tournament, and your staff is just unprofessional. You unprofessional, and we're gonna put all this out on Facebook. And so we have to start running our tournaments professionally, with integrity, and don't hide. Everybody want to talk about the pots. That's been a big thing for years about the pots at TNBA tournaments. Put the information out there for people to see. Everybody know. Understand, this is TNBA Incorporated. That means it's a business. That means they cannot take $100 and give out $100. That's gambling. That's wrong. You're going to be in trouble. So they have to take some money off the top, and that's just the way it has to happen. But TNBA, don't hide it. Let them know what you're taking off the top. This is how many people is in. Okay? Don't put the information out there for folk to see. All right, I'm shutting up because I can keep on going. I'm shutting up.
Hey, guys, just to let y'all know, there will be a part 2 to this roundtable discussion. I don't want y'all to think we gonna end just like this. So there will be a round 2 discussion with the fellas here. I'm just giving y'all a heads up now.
Good. We
Because
need a round
this
2.
here can go on all night. Right.
I was just looking up in my upper left-hand corner of my screen. It's 9:30. I'm like, we've been doing this for an hour and a half already? It seems like we've been going for 50
So,
minutes.
Look, Kenny Rogers got a good question. How do you teach the younger generation to appreciate the value of life and not focus on economic value?
I guess on that one, Brandon, real quick, I just try to continue to remind my boys how poor I grew up and what a great life they actually have. You know, we didn't have nothing. We didn't have a phone. We didn't have a car. You know, they got iPhones and cell phones, and they you know, I just keep reminding them what a great life they have and explain to them how bad I had it. And, you know, I just want to make it better for them. You know, I don't think my boys really focus too much on economic values, but I try to remind them that they have a pretty good life compared to the life I had. And my job as a father is to make it better for them.
All right.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick?
Yep, you're on.
Because, Stroker, you just hit it, baby. And look, mamas, we love y'all. God knows we are. I thank God for my mama, and I know a lot of us on this. I know all of us on here thank God for our mama.
Yeah.
But guys, let me speak to the fathers for a second. Guys, please understand our role is just as important as the mamas. And so we want to talk about how our youth and how they value life. What are we teaching our youth? What are we showing our youth? Because I can tell you, if they get caught up in just looking at TV and everything that's on Facebook and everything, if that's all they get inundated with, and there's nobody that to teach them the difference and help them understand the difference, they're gonna try to do what they see. They're gonna try to mimic what they see. Okay, we all did that a little bit as youth. Okay, back there, I played basketball back in the day. When I was coming up, it was all about Jordan. So everybody wanted the sneakers and everybody wanted to learn how to dunk and do stuff that Jordan was doing because we had never seen that before. But at the end of the day, we all can't be Michael Jordan.
Right.
But somebody had to teach Ron Sims, okay, that's not your calling. That's not your purpose. That's not your skill set. But recognize what your skill set is and focus on doing that. Okay, and then the economics going to fall in place once you find out and understand who you are. And go back to what we said earlier: respect yourself, love yourself. Because if you respect and love yourself first, it's a lot easier for you to give love and respect. I can't give you something that's not in me, but it's up to us as mothers and as fathers. And fathers, I'm gonna tell you, if you're not in your child's life, even if you're not with the mama, that's still your child. Go handle your business. Because that needs you. That's half of you walking around this earth. And that's you. That's you that can make a difference. Because nobody else on this earth can replace mama and daddy. They can't. We can try all day long to try to replace mama and daddy. You can't do it. There's only one mama, only one daddy that you get. And if they're not part of your life, and I'm not talking about the ones that are passed on and so forth. I get that. Please hear what I'm saying. We know there's a lot of folk out here that's choosing not to be a part of their child's life. And that child is walking around hurting, and they show it in different ways. That's the reason why a lot of these issues we're dealing with out here is simply because the child is hurt because the person that they should be attached to is not there. Not even, I ain't telling you have to be physically there. If you and the mama didn't get along, so what? Okay. That child is still your responsibility. Handle your freaking business, please.
My man. I love it.
I'm done.
Hey, G-Man, go for it, brother.
Man, Ron just stole all my thunder. Every last bit of it. Man, I'm sitting there chomping at the bit. I'm like double dutch waiting to jump in.
I'm sorry, man.
But don't apologize, Ron. Seriously. First of all, that's a great question, Kenny. What's up, Kenny? But to appreciate the value of life, Ron just hit the nail on the head with a sledgehammer. It starts at home. The home is the foundation of everything. You know, fatherhood wasn't one of the cards in the hand that I was dealt, but I was a child. I'm not a parent, but I had parents. And I think it really starts with children being able to see a great example of love in the home that they grow up underneath. And, you know, just to piggyback off of Ron, it's like when the fatherhood, when the daddy is the invisible man, you know, or he just the playmate, or just somebody just come around long enough to get some, you know what, before he roam off in search of some more, what's left to govern these kids' behavior? You know, when I was young, early 20s, I actually tried to do the mentor thing, and back then I realized I wasn't mentally ready for it, because it's like, how do we teach young boys that they should grow up to be fathers, heads of households, and responsible providers for their families, when the only people they ever see raising children are women? You know, how is that supposed to work? Children learn through imitation long before they learn from lectures. So we got to put that example in front of them. We got to put that example in front of them, and then it spreads from there. So it goes out into the neighborhood. You start respecting your brother. You start seeing yourself in your neighbor, and then you see the value of life. Man, a lot of these youngsters out here just ain't got no respect for life, let alone respect for authority. Ain't got no respect for life, man. They'll take your life in a heartbeat for nothing, over nothing. So it starts with that nuclear family structure, but then something else that Ron said, even if it's one of those things where mama and daddy can't get along on that level, make it work when the kids are watching you.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Even if you can't live together, or those weren't the circumstances from the very beginning, for the sake of your children, you got to do it. So let me shut up and let somebody else talk.
Big Mo, it's on you, brother.
Well, I want to give a shout out to DeRotha Moore and Johnny Moore, my parents, because I wouldn't be here to do this round table if it wasn't for them, for sure. Then I want to give a shout out to LaToya Harris, the mother of my child, you know, because we wasn't together, you know, but I was in my son's life. So that makes a big difference. You know what I'm saying? He knows who his father is. And he called me up the other day, Dad, I need $100. No problem. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But like Godfrey said, you know what I'm saying? When we together, we're cordial, and we do what we got to do. Simple as that. But the value of life right now is just crazy out here. I see these kids out here just doing whatever. to me, they're a bunch of followers. A bunch of followers. You know, if you see one sagging, the other person sagging. If you see the other person doing this, they doing that. But I was never taught like that, man. My father was always that person who was dressed up, clean, tied, suited up, always. Then, like you said, once you see that, it's instilled in you. You go forward. Next thing you know, you're suited and booted. You know what I'm saying? Like my son right now. I used to get on him all the time. Like, hey, put on a shirt, put on some pants. Now he ain't got no other choice. He had a military school, so he got no other choice now. He sees the value in dressing up, putting that polo shirt on, putting that tie on, putting them dress shoes on. It's a value. That's that value in life that a lot of these kids are missing at home.
Hey, Robert Bradley asked for the panel. Toughest opponent you bowled against?
Hey, real quick. We'll come back to that real quick. I promise you, Brandon. Real quick. I need one thing. First of all, I want y'all, if y'all don't mind, everybody out here, hey, show my mom some love. Janice Simpkins is on here. That's my mama. Show her some love for me, pretty please. But
hey, Mama Janice, what's up?
Hey, Mama Janice.
What's up, Mama? We love you.
Look, the reason why I'm so passionate about that too is because what you're looking at is a product of that. My mom and my dad separated when I was 2 years old. But I knew who my daddy was. I knew who my mom was. They both was in my life. And so it makes a difference. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And I need you guys, any guys out here that's listening, if you're not a part of child's life, please start doing something, because it makes a huge difference in how that child comes out. I'm just pleading with you, please find a way to make it work. Find a way to get in your child's life. Your child needs you. They don't need nobody else. They need mama, daddy. They get them too. They got hope. They got a chance. They got a better chance. I'm not saying you don't have a chance, but they got a better chance of making something happen out here. And so, and something good. And so I'm just begging and pleading with you. Make it happen. I don't care what you got to do. Get in your child's life. They need you. That's all I have. I just need to say that. That's just very dear to me. Tyrone Julian, I see your question. You asking a question about, how to raise someone else's kids that don't respect you. We can go on and on about that one too. But again, show love. If you show love, just continue to show love. Please show love. It ain't gonna always be easy. It ain't always easy to love somebody. Okay, we get it.
You must be way on the bottom somewhere, because I'm trying not to skip these questions.
I promise you.
Ron's trying to get me in trouble. I'm trying to go through some of these questions. And Ron's reading on the bottom, y'all.
All right. But Tyrone, just show love. All right, go ahead, Ron. We want your question now.
Hey, Ron over there, man. Hey, Ron, you skipping.
I'm sorry.
Hey, see, Ron was one of those guys in school trying to say, I know y'all had them, the yellow and the blue ticket for lunch and breakfast. Ron was over there probably trying to sell the tickets to other kids, man. That was Ron trying to get over on people, man.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Look, I'm going to mute my own phone.
Hey, look, Rob said for the panel, the toughest opponent you bowled against.
Oh, that's the easy one for me, Brandon. Walter Ray.
It's an easy one for me too. His name is BrandAn Grant.
even though we came out on the winning end when me and my best friend, the late Mike Chapman, we won the 2016 PBA over under doubles. We voted against Walter Ray and his partner Tom Carter, and we beat them in the semis, and then we actually, we won the tournament. But I don't think they get no tougher than Walter Ray.
No, don't.
No.
Hey, I only say myself, because the only person that can stop me is me.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I can't disagree with you. I've been there, done that.
Great way to look at it. When you get
Poster child.
It's you and the 10 pin 60 feet away. You know, ain't no defense in bowling. So yeah, it's all about whether or not you should have been bobbing and weaving. But I would say my toughest opponent, young brother, another strong, tougher than nails, tougher than 9-inch nails brother out of Atlanta, Georgia, by the name of Charles Jordan II. The first year that the Southern Rodman moved back to Memphis, it was 2004, the first year I won it. Man, that young brother was running laps around the field. And I'm looking at him in awe as like, that's who I got to beat. I mean, a lot of people probably don't know this, but like the feat that Mo just accomplished this year at the Reed Hawthorne, that was what I did in the final match. And I needed that in order to beat Charles. Man, that brother had about, after 10 games, that brother had about a 100-pin lead on the field, and I was in second. And he came out on Sunday morning and shot 279 the first game and was like, pew, see you in the finals. And he made my game turn the corner in a way that he doesn't even know. And I had to shoot, I think he went like front three, split off the sheet. So he shot like either a high 250 or a low 260 in the final match, and I shot 300 to beat him. So toughest opponent, and then not just that match. I think for like 3 or 4 consecutive years after that, man, we would be in the stepladder finals going at it. And one time he left a stone 8, and I beat him out. The next time he left a stone 9, I beat him out. And one of my club members, Tyron Booze, he hollered out, "You're living right, G." You're living right. I was like, I said to myself, I must be living right to look at these stone pins standing up after those shots he was throwing to beat him out by a pin or 2. Man, that's a tough brother, still tough. I hope he's somewhere listening. But man, Charles Jordan II, remember that name. If you ever
there you go. Oh crap. My bad. I'm over here messing up. Hey, Mo, it's on you now. Wait, no, yeah, we're gonna go on Mo. What you got for me?
I would say Stroker, man. I've looked up the Stroker, man, for so long, man. Watching this guy, man, put up so many scores in Billy's tournament, man. It's amazing, man. That the one time that I did beat him was in a jackpot, man. He shot. He was 2 pairs over from me, man. He shot 278, and I'm over there, man, just watching. I'm like, I got it. I shot 279 to win the jackpot, man, and I was just so excited, man. Didn't even cash in the tournament, but I knew I just beat him in a jackpot, man. I was just so happy. You know what I'm saying? But
I can't. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Did you get a printout?
I was so happy, man. So and that's when jackpots at Billy's tournament, boy. If you win a jackpot, you were looking at $300 or $400 at that time, man. So that paid for my whole weekend, man. So I was very excited, man. But
oh yeah, that day that makes it even that much more special.
Exactly. But I would say my second opponent was Scott Buckingham in the championship match because he lapped our field, man. He was scoring, in February in Billy's tournament. This dude, he averaged close to like 255 the whole time he bowled, But it was impressive what he did at the tournament in February. It was very impressive. He used 1 ball the whole tournament, the UFO. He used 1 ball the whole tournament, and he was scoring. I mean, he was unconscious the whole time until he met me. I'm sorry.
All right. Hey, Big Ron, what you got for me?
My toughest opponent, Sandbaggers. Need I say more?
No, that's it. Hey, you just dropped the mic. The mic. You just dropped the mic, bro. Don't even worry about it. Hey, you ain't got. Hey, Ron, don't say no more. You good?
Okay.
You good?
I put myself on mute.
Yeah, you good. You ain't got to go on mute right now. You know what he said. Oh, man.
That was probably the best answer of them all.
Hey, look, we got somebody over here on YouTube. What's her name? Janine Gaskin? Said, I agree with you, Ron. Whatever we was talking about, she agreed with Ron. Said, I have a Spanish degree and I have a 6-figure income as an analyst. Never used it, but she's a beginner bowler. Are there specific balls you recommend one should have in their arsenal? Yes, something round with 3 holes in it, go down the lane and knock all the pins back.
I agree.
But whatever you do as a beginner bowler, all I'm gonna say to you, I totally agree with it. As long as the ball is round, you good. You got 3 holes in it. But please make sure that you find somebody who know how to put them 3 holes in the ball as it relates to your game. Please, because we have some people out here that be in some of these pro shops that don't have any business being in a pro shop. Okay, so please, if you need some guidance, please reach out to one of us. We can point in the right direction, or somebody. I'm not exactly sure where you live, but I promise you, we know somebody where you live that can get you taken care of. Because please, I don't need you going to somebody's pro shop and they put 3 holes in the ball. And I seen somebody spend $200 on a bowling ball and the ball was drilled conventional, and they wonder why the ball didn't hook. So please, I saw that they came to my pro shop and I had to fix it for them. So I'm telling you, it happened. So please, whatever you do, let's make sure we get you hooked up.
Hey, Debbie, why do you take Debbie Lewis? Hey, Mo was crying because it was special. That's why he was crying. Why are you trying to put my man on blast? He was crying because you know what?
I'm not even gonna lie, man. I was crying.
And he probably cried when he got in the car by himself.
Yep, he sure did. And I cried with him.
We love Debbie, man. Debbie and Jerome are the best, man. I love Jerome and Debbie.
Good people.
Yes.
Real good.
Real good.
Hey, here goes a good question. Look, this says this is not a racially pushed question, but what will it take to get a centrally located Black-owned bowling alley in the city, seeing how much we love the game?
What's
Come on, Godfrey, let's talk, baby.
Hey, you know what? I've always said for the longest, regardless of whether it's competition, administration, or ownership, the only thing that separates us from them is money. You know, they got a lot of people that actually are willing to give them that type of backing. They know the connections. They've had the connections for a lot longer than we've had them. So, you know, we actually have to be able to pool our money together. We get hit with a stroke of genius or a stroke of our ship coming in. But that's really all that separates us from them. You know, you look at it from the aspect of a bowler. You know, when you got somebody walking in the bowling alley right behind you with more money in each pocket than you can win in first place, that relieves a whole lot of pressure. So, you know, a whole lot of times, a lot of people don't want to take chances, especially when it comes to the inner city. You know, they look at all of the different factors. You got to take redlining into consideration as far as loans go. They talk about the crime rate in certain areas, and it's just a whole lot of red tape that you have to muddle your way through in order to be able to put something together that people will actually put their backing behind. So I don't know what it'll take. You know, maybe if we could get one of these moguls. You know, we talk about the basketball players. Chris Paul. We all know who he is. Excellent point guard. Been a point guard in the NBA for a long time. But Chris Paul loves to bowl. Mookie Betts, baseball player, loves to bowl. Shot 300 on national television in the Chris Paul Invitational. You know, so maybe that's what it might take in order to get a bowling alley like that in the inner city. But by me actually being part of a team that tried to put a center together, money. It's all about money behind the scenes, and it takes a lot of it to, number one, find a site that can hold the center that would be, you know, feasible and profitable, then actually put that building up. Everything that goes into a bowling center, man, just buying pins alone. Just me finding out just how much bowling pins cost for a 32-lane center, it's a lot of money involved. So it takes deep pockets. It really does take deep pockets. If I had to summarize it, that's the bottom line.
There we go. Anybody else got a little input on that one?
So how do we get that started?
Hey, Ron, I don't want Ron. Hey, guys, we don't want Ron to get in trouble. Remember, he got to pick his battles. This may be a battle he want to kind of put to the side right now.
No, that battle can get to the forefront because now we're talking about owning something.
Okay.
We're talking about making a change. We're talking about making changes not only in our lives, but in other people's lives. And we're talking about changing the community. So what I'm saying is, why can't it happen? I'm just foolish enough to believe that it can happen. We might have to jump a couple more hurdles than some other people do, but why can't it happen?
Hey, I got 5 on it.
Bet. Let's start.
Yeah, I can match your 5 after what I've been through. So $10.
I just believe it can happen, though.
Like I said, I'm pricing bowling pins for 32 lane center. Between me and Bowtie, we done bought 1 pin. So you can practice on your 7 pin or your 10 pin. Take your pick. Whichever one you want to practice on. 1 pin. And we might have to go back to the days of the pin boy to set it up because we ain't got the automatic setters yet.
At least you're starting somewhere, though. You're getting started, though.
Hey, look.
I just said we can do it. I just believe it can happen. Let's make it do what it do.
Hey, Tyrone asked, when is she going to be on the show? He got to be talking about Brandy because Debbie said Brandy is a great bowler. She is a great bowler. When is she going to be on the show? She can be on the show whenever she wants to.
Brandon want to know when you're going to be on the show.
See? You see that? It's just that simple, Tyrone. You see that right there?
She said soon.
See?
She said soon.
Hey, and look, this is a good question right here. I've talked to Ron Sims about this, and I've talked to Eric Kearney about this, about bringing juniors together, just like we're doing here, and just having a roundtable discussion. You know what I'm saying? Because I want because they are the face of voting. And I honestly believe we can make things happen and continue to make this sport even more competitive and more fun than it already is. So that is already in the works. I am reaching out to different college players, college students that's going to college, that's in college, that's part of TNBA, that's part of the JAT, and some of these other bowling tournament clubs, because I just don't want to see these old farts or seasoned people all the time. I'm just joking, y'all. I want to see the youth, because the youth is going to continue this sport when we're going.
That's right.
So it is in the works right now.
Bowtie.
What's up?
Old farts.
No, man, y'all not no old farts. Y'all not no old.
Calling me old, but don't make me a fart now. That's one.
Hey.
Don't make me fly out to California.
Hey, look, I will put this team right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, against anybody right now.
Oh, okay, now you just brought me right back in. Now I'll be a fart if you're gonna put me on the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real.
This would be a good men's team. When TNBA comes back and we have NBA, TNBA somewhere, I need this 5 right here to be part of a men's team.
Hey,
I'm down with it.
I'm down.
I'm down with it.
Right there, bro. Put Bowtie on top, put Stroke on the bottom. And
No. You put me you put me second or third. Whoa.
You don't want to lead off?
I just want to be a part of it. I don't care where I bowl.
Who's the lead off of the quintuple?
That's gonna be Mo.
All right, Mo
gonna be lead off.
Bowtie second, me in the rocking chair, Ron fourth, and Stroke fifth. Boom.
Now I tell you what, not a problem. But I tell you, I'll be the ball caddy.
Wanda has a good point here. She said maybe Maryland should separate her ways. TNBA needs a new idea. The TNBA may not be the only way. If you want to see something new, you got to change your vision.
That's what I say. Let Maryland do her thing.
Yeah, that's not
Maryland know what she's doing. She got to do her thing.
That's a statement.
Hey, this guy right here,
Jordan.
you see this guy right here? He is so talented.
That's my double partner, man.
Talk about young phenoms, man. That brother, the first time I saw him was at the Holiday Doubles Bowtie. And man, he went from throwing two-hander, but he went from doing this to doing this.
Bagging it up the left.
Man, in a heartbeat. I mean, he just looked. Yeah, I think this lane looked a little bit better on the left side.
That's my double. Hey, that's my double partner, Brandon.
Hey, he is something special. I called him out when he came to California, and we made a bet, and he shot 300, I think, on the right side or something. And next thing I know, he go to the left side and shoot 800. I'm like, whoa. Hold on, wait, time out.
I had to take off my glasses and rub my eyes. I'm like, what I'm seeing? The ball was going this way.
That's my guy, man. That's my guy. I love him to death. That's my guy. That's my guy. I hope he don't fire me no time soon. That's my guy, though.
I'm telling you, hey, he is something special. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he is.
Man. Hey, that's Debbie, you said it right there. All caps, transparency. Absolutely.
Yes.
Working for a tournament director, you doing your job. You showing me you ain't afraid to change. You ain't afraid to change, and you ain't afraid of the re-rate button or the disqualification button.
Hey, here you go, right here, fellas. This is a good one. Pet peeves on the lane. What you got?
Oh, I got one, man. Oh my God. It's not even a peeve. I hate when someone has not talked to me all night, but I'm on the front 9 or front 8. Now you start talking to me. Hey, you about to shoot? Oh man, I shot 270. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that at all.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Ron Sims, what you got for me?
As of right now, my pet peeve is the ones that want to come in the bowling center and don't want to put a mask on. That's my pet peeve right now. You will come in the bowling center, put a freaking mask on or leave. All right, I'm done. I'm putting myself on mute before I go some more. I'm putting it on mute.
Oh, God, I love Rob, brother. Hey, Godfrey, what you got for me?
Man, he made me lose my train of thought. I have a pet peeve. Man, go to stroke and come back to me.
So, what you got for me, bro?
Mine is easy. I don't have any. Seriously, I don't have any pet peeve. Nothing. Nothing bothers me. I don't have any.
I can see that too. I can really see that. I really can see that. That's the true thing about it. I've been doing struggle for a long time, and I have never. The same way I'm looking at him right now is the same way he was while he was bowling.
Unless you messing with my kids. Now, if you messing with my kids, then we got a problem. Other than that,
I agree with that. Now I agree with that. And you and I talked about that. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I know that's when things will go sideways real quick. You mess with boys.
Fast.
It's gonna be some furniture moving and some more stuff going on. Somebody going to jail.
Definitely.
Somebody gonna be carried up out this joint. You ain't walking out here by yourself. Somebody gonna help you up out this joint.
Hey, you know what? Hey, guys, y'all know what this feels like right now. This really feels like I'm watching TNT with Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yes,
hey, Mama. Hey, nothing but love. Ain't nothing but love.
Nothing but love.
Nothing but love.
Okay, I thought about my pet peeve. Give me 1 second for my pet peeve. My pet peeve, to be perfectly honest, is chronic complainers. It's everybody's fault. It's everything's fault except for them. The approach sticky. The lame man put the wrong shot out. Somebody throwing urethane across my line. Somebody throwing sanded symmetrical across my line. That dude 5 lanes down jumped up on me when I was on a turkey. All these people keep calling out orders over the snack bar, talking about come get your double cheeseburger. It's too cold in here. It's too hot in here. Somebody use my towel to wipe their balls off. Rising back. It's everything except them. When is it ever going to be you? It's ever you for everything under the sun. You can't go over 185 because every week something's wrong.
Godfrey, I'm done, bro. Hey.
Somebody wrote my name down on the double sheet and didn't spell it right. So I can't bowl, dude. Dennis gave me too much Novocaine this morning when I went to go get my crown fixed. I can't bowl because of everybody and everything else. That's my pet peeve.
Hey, I'm putting him on mute. He's done. He's done. I'm putting him on mute. He's done.
Oh my gosh.
No. I'm done. Hey, whoever asked about pet peeves, hey, Sherry, that's your answer right there. Hey, Ron, I don't know if y'all, this is the question that Ron answered about 20 minutes ago when we finally get into it. What about trying to raise someone else's kid that doesn't respect you? I'm going to go to Stroke on this one first.
It's a must that they respect you. There's no getting around this. It's a must. You know, Brandy's daughter, Sophie, she respects me, you know, and I'm like a father figure to her because she's in my household. But there's no getting around this. You will respect me living in my house. You will. There is no getting around that.
Okay.
No ifs, ands, or buts. You are going to respect me if you live here. Simple as that. Ain't no getting around it.
Right.
But you show love.
Oh, definitely. Man, I can do that. So that's I'm real good at that.
He does that effortlessly.
With I have no problem with that. I'm real good at that. I show love all the time. But yes, you got to demand it. That's something you have to demand. Plain and simple. You have to demand that.
Hey, Mr. Pet Peeve, what you got for me?
You know what? That's a good question, and it's something that I can honestly relate to. So getting back to some seriousness, going back to the question about what you tell that 18-year-old, this would be serious advice that I'd give the young people because I can actually, talk from personal experience there. You set the tone. You are the one who dictates what you will and won't accept. And if it's not the position that you want in life, then don't accept it. You set the tone for what you will or won't do, what you will or won't tolerate, what you will or won't, for the loss, what you will or won't do, what you will or won't accept, what you will or won't tolerate. There it is. So, you can't put yourself in a position where being disrespected by someone else's kids has a likelihood of occurring. You got to iron those things out before you actually get to where you're in that position. Because once you're in that position, you're in it. And then I don't know if it takes, family counseling or marriage counseling or whatever, whatever it is it takes in order to get through it. But, maybe, that might not be the politically correct thing to say, but it's what I feel, Sometimes if, it's a situation where you're dealing with kids and you can see that the kids aren't really giving you the respect that you feel that you deserve. And then you got a mother that's, taking their side, not necessarily, being ambivalent about the situation, not necessarily coming from a position of leadership. Maybe it's just not the position that you need to be in, So sometimes you got to leave the kid rearing to someone else, or you just got to keep yourself out of a situation where that type of thing has a likelihood of occurring, because, you know, parenting is an action, you know, regardless of whose DNA is running through whose DNA's veins. You know, if you're doing the right act, if you're, you know, doing the right things as a parent, then it's about your actions and not necessarily who you come from or who doesn't come from you. So trying to raise someone else's kids that don't respect you, you know, get those type of things ironed out before you get in too deep with someone. That's what I'd say.
There you go. Thank you, Mr. Pet Peeve. Big Ron, what you got?
Well, I actually have some experience in this, you know, because when I got married, my wife had a son, and so I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, we've just been, as the kids say, we're keeping it 100. It was a struggle starting out. It was a struggle because here, who is this guy all of a sudden coming here taking my mama? It was just the two of them, and so you have to understand that that child has to make some adjustments as well, because this is new to them as well. It's new to everybody, because now we're a blended family, you know, and we come from different backgrounds. So then we have to try to figure out how we're going to balance this thing, because all of us bringing some luggage to the boat. Now, how are we going to balance this luggage? Which luggage we going to get rid of, which ones we going to keep, and then what the ones we keep, how we going to balance it out in this boat so this boat don't tip over. Okay, and so we just have to you have to figure it out as you go. You have to talk. You have to pray. Okay, you're gonna need some. Hey, I'll tell you, pray. Okay, because you need some help, and don't think you're less of a man if you ask for some help. Okay, because we all in some way, shape, and form in our lives need some help. All of us know how to bowl, but somebody helped us along the way, right? And so life is the same thing. You know, there's no one manual, there's no one size fits all when it comes to this thing called life, this thing called marriage, this thing called parenting. It ain't the same for everybody, okay? But we all need some help. We all got to learn some way, somehow, and we learn from one another. And so, Tyrone, I'm going to tell you, number one, show love. Regardless of what you do, show love. Because showing love eventually, and now me and my son, I call him my son because even though I'm not his biological father, he's mine. Because he was under this household. So he's my child. And so we have a great relationship today, but it didn't start out like that. But eventually it will get there. But you got to show love. You got to stay consistent and just be there.
There you go. Thank you, brother. Big Mo, what you got for me?
First off, you gotta set those ground rules out right off the rip. You know, especially in a relationship. Then you gotta show love, like Ron said. You gotta show love. Then hopefully everything falls into place. Then you can have those talks with that male or female on later on in life on how it started off rocky. Now we are family. You got grandkids, you know, you moved on from that rocky start, but you got to have that respect. If you don't have that respect from the jump, when that person is 8, 9 years old, you're not going to have that respect when they're 21 years old. It's not going to be there. So you got to show that respect right off the rip. And you got to show that love too.
Man, that's what's up there, brother. Let's see here. Oh man, look, I'm going through questions, guys. That's me. Mr. Mike King, what's going on? Hope y'all still hear me. I got all y'all on mute. I got everybody.
What up, Mike?
Yo,
my guy.
One of my
Cleveland in the house.
teammates right there.
Yes, he is.
One of my teammates right there.
What up, Mike?
Love you, bro.
Yeah, dude, this is some good stuff.
You had a question for Sid.
Yeah, it is.
You had
Oh,
a question on that for Sid?
I did. Sid said, bang, there you go. Hey, what's up, fellas? Name one thing in bowling you would like to still accomplish. Stroke.
Hey,
Wow.
No, I'm not going to start with stroke. We're going to start with bowling.
Okay.
Wow. I would like to knock off the Rodman. That's my next goal. That's my next goal, is to knock off the Rodman. You know, that's another tournament that's dear to heart right now, is knocking off the Rodman.
Okay. We're gonna go to Mr. Pet Peeve.
Okay, now I gotta be like Ron and pick my battles.
Hey, dude, that right there was classic. Classic.
Yo, that was classic. I have to agree. That was
I'm
classic.
the type that's observant and analytical, and just people complaining all the time. I'm just like, man, just, you know, I need to make a t-shirt. Shut up and bowl. I really do. I need to make a t-shirt that probably sell millions. But what's up? One thing, what's up, Sid? Class act brother there. Sid and Ashley. They make a great couple.
Oh, yeah.
One thing in bowling that I would still like to accomplish, like I say, the Rodman is near and dear to my heart. I want a senior title. I would love to be able to win the senior division in the Rodman. Because of the pandemic, our Rodman got canceled this year. I was hoping that this was going to be the year that I would be able to do it, because it would have been the first year that I qualified as a senior. So that would have been the way to start off with a bang for me. So that's the one thing that I still would like to accomplish in bowling. I want to win a senior title. And as long as I don't have to compete against any of these three other brothers that I'm on this panel with in my division, I got a pretty good chance of winning the senior title.
All right. Big Ron, talk to me? Oh, you was already. There we go.
Yeah. Honestly, when I got on my list, man, is I want to try the senior tour. I actually want to try the PBA senior tour, because I've never bowled any professional anything, and except for one, I did one little doubles tournament years ago, but I've always just wanted to give it a try just to see. And so, you know, I never tried the regular tour, like I said. So I said, okay, well, I got a couple more years before I hit the senior tour, so I want to give it a try just to see what's up.
There you go. Stroke, talk to me.
Well, Ron, you definitely got the talent, so pursue your dream, brother. But to be honest, you know, BrandAn, and not really bragging, I pretty much accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in bowling. I mean, I won the senior Reed Hawthorne, I won the senior Rodman, I won the regular Rodman. You know, I got a PBA title. You know what? I would love to win a doubles tournament with my son DeAndre.
There you go.
That's what I would, and that's going to be hard to do, because Jordan will kill me if I'm bowling a doubles tournament and ain't with him. But yeah, I would love to win a doubles tournament with my son DeAndre, and I'd be all set. I've accomplished everything else I've wanted to accomplish. But the most important thing I've accomplished is meeting people like Ron, Mo, Godfrey, you. Bowling has brought all of that to me. And if it wasn't for bowling, I wouldn't know these distinguished gentlemen. And I've just been blessed, man. I don't know anybody that got a more blessed life than me. Nobody. I got the best life out there, brother.
Hey, that's what's up. For myself, I would like to win a singles title. You know, the Reed is on my list. The Rodman is on my list. I'm gonna give you a couple. I know it said you know, one thing, but I'm gonna give you a little list. The Reed, the Rodman. I like to make it to Sunday at the holiday doubles. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a strong field at the holiday doubles.
Yes, it is.
So I would love to make it to Sunday and make a run. My first year there, me, myself, and Jello, we were 30 pins short of making the cut, and man, that hurt my feelings. I just knew we was, you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's my doubles again this year. If God is willing, man, we can get that. You know, that tournament can happen. We gonna be there. So, you know, it's a couple things on my list, man.
That's a great goal. Because holiday doubles, that's a field of sharks. You can call that the Shark Tank.
Yeah, really,
brother.
Hey, Kenny.
Well, my goal is just to get there one year.
Kenny Ryder says, "Do you guys feel like you have an obligation to engage and encourage the generation behind you and the one behind them? If so, how do you attempt so? I want to answer this being the young guy first.
Yes.
I want to answer it. I honestly believe it's great. Hey, I honestly believe we do have an obligation. You know what I'm saying? Because if anyone knows me, they know I do a lot of coaching. I coach high school, I coach travel ball, I coach youth. So I give back. And if we don't give back from what people gave us, how is our sport going to continue? It's going to die out. And I honestly believe it is a must that we have obligations to engage and encourage, because dude, you can't sit there and cut somebody out. I'm a stickler on that. I coach, dude. I got a lot of passion for it. When I sit there and coach, I may yell at you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when I yell at you, I need you to build you back up. Because you can't just put somebody down and walk away from them and think when you need them, they're going to show up. They're not going to show up. So encouraging someone is very, very important. And that's just my take.
Totally agree. I think you actually asked your question. Kenny, what's up, baby boy? Hope all is well with you, man. Hey, yeah. We talked about sharks. That's another shark right there, right?
Yeah.
But we do have an obligation. We do have an obligation. Now, what's the saying that they talk about paying it forward? We have to do that, because again, I'm just taking it from the TNBA standpoint because that's a passion of mine. TNBA is a passion, and I've been in that convention war room for years. But again, in order for TNBA to move forward, we do have to get younger. How do we get younger? We got to bring them in. And then we have to be willing to teach them. We have to be willing to understand that they're going to make mistakes. Okay. But we also have to understand that we need them to keep this thing going. So it's no good for us to pass away and take that to the grave with us. It ain't gonna do no good in the grave. We need to pass it on and give that information, that knowledge, that wisdom to them so they can keep this thing going and maybe, hopefully, even build on it and make it better than what it is today.
There you go. Let's see. We're gonna go Stroke. Talk to me.
Yeah, we definitely have an obligation, man. Like I said, like Ron said, we can't take this stuff to the grave with us, and we got to pass it down. We got to pass it forward, is what they say. And I try to pass on as much knowledge as I can. I wouldn't say I'm the most knowledgeable guy around here. We got guys like Ronnie Sparks and them that just brain is just bowling, just like a genius. But and people like him would teach people younger than himself, because like I say, man, we can't take it to the grave with us. We must pass on any knowledge that we have, not just in bowling, in life in general.
Right. All right. Come on, Mr. Pet Peeve, talk to me.
All right. Yes, we definitely have an obligation. Definitely. And sometimes it's hard to relate to the youth because of what, they're dealing with. And we always had that generation gap. And sometimes it's not the easiest thing as far as communication goes. But bowling is actually something that we all have in common. So when you see somebody that has that passion for it the same way you have that passion for it, it's a lot easier to relate simply because you have that commonality. And it's somebody that wants to learn something from you. So they're trying to get up underneath you to try and figure out, hey, what do you know? What helps you to become, or what helped you to become the person that you are? How did you get to the state that you're in? So, how do we attempt to do so? Something I kind of want to revisit as far as an idea that I was talking about last week in terms of getting the youth involved with what we're doing right here. Like how we got every region in TNBA represented right here, right now. We got Western, we got Central, we got Southern, we got Eastern. So this is what the young people do. So hopefully there's some young people out there being engaged and encouraged right now, you know, in terms of what they're hearing, what they're seeing, what they're reading. So I think that TNBA needs to kind of take a cue from you, Bowtie, seriously.
Yeah.
I like the idea of having virtual delegates. When you're young, you don't have a whole lot of cash on hand. You know, 3 things have to line up in order to be able to make these tournaments and make these conventions and make these meetings. Time, money, inclination. And a lot of times it's either one of the 3 or 2 of the 3, but not all 3 together. You know, time and money, no inclination. Time and inclination, no money. Time and money and inclination, no time. So we all have this technology. This pandemic has, you know, forced all of us to learn to be a little bit more technically savvy. Yeah. So maybe there can be written into the Constitution where if you can have 2 physical delegates at the convention, maybe we can have 2 virtual delegates at the convention.
I like that.
You know, from each city.
I like that.
And have those delegates preferably coming out of the 18 to 24 age category. That's the way to get them involved. You know, we're all here, but we're not all here. So, and you know, somebody like yourself running the switchboard, I think that would be a beautiful way to get the young people involved, let them know what's going on, and at the same time, engage them and encourage them.
Hey, I like that. That's a great idea.
I love it.
Hey, I'm like, you ain't even Mr. Pet Peeve no more. Hey, G-Man. Yeah, you G-Man back. Hey.
Get that label off of me. It's like, it felt like it was
hey, I don't care what you say. Hey, I'm going to go back to whenever you talked about that, and I'm going to record it, and I'm going to send it to you so you can see how funny that crap was.
Hey, make sure you copy me in on that, because anytime I need to laugh, I want to go back and pull that one up right there, because that was classic.
I'm getting ready to run it right back as soon as we get done going live, so I can go straight to that section so I can see what I was doing, because I was in the zone. You know,
yes, you were.
We're in the zone. When you asked me that question, I just went into the zone.
Hey, if I could have came over there and crowned you and put the James Brown
walk me out the stage.
That was
it.
Hey, Mo, talk to me. Oh crap. Wait a minute. Hold on. There we go. Mo, talk to me. Uh-oh.
He's on mute.
He instilled in me I had a coach where he instilled in me that you had to teach others. You can't take this, what I'm giving you, to the grave with you. That's one reason why I started Mo Better Bowlers. To all the ones who are watching this, check out the Facebook page on Mo Better Bowlers. Great information that I share. Almost every Tuesday, I give out a Tuesday tip every Tuesday from the Bowlers This Month magazine that I get. But I share a lot of information on that page. A lot of information, from tournaments to bowling, to layouts, to whatever is teachable in bowling. So I got a lot of knowledge. I paid for it, took lessons. You know, me and Ryan talk all the time. I mean, it was at times that I wanted to quit this game, man. You know, bowling Billy's tournament, man, not cashing and stuff like that. But still fighting that battle. Getting lessons, you know, getting more knowledge, reading more magazines, doing more YouTube. So me sharing this information is a must. You know what I'm saying? And as for the young generation of bowlers out there, there's so much information out there that they're getting that we didn't have. Now it's time for them to show us. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like in reverse now. It's time for them to show us the new stuff that's out there. And what Godfrey said, you know, this virtual delegates is a great idea. That is an amazing idea right there. You know, I really agree with that.
I love that. I love that idea.
Amazing idea right there. Amazing idea. You know, that's what I had to say.
There's ways to do things. They just have to learn. You have to adapt, have to adjust. There are a lot of rules and regulations to this whole TNBA and you know, the convention and meetings and so forth. But there are ways to rewrite things and get things, make adjustments along the way. So I love that idea, G. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, we got to be able to change with the times, and that's what
Exactly.
people are doing. And this pandemic has showed us that you have to actually be ready to bob and weave on a moment's
Yeah.
notice. Life comes at you bang.
Hey,
Now,
we
you
go
gotta physically, because we can't all get together physically.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have to have in the Constitution, and if we can't handle things physically, we can handle things virtually.
Hey, we're gonna go to Mike King question. He say, well, my priorities have changed, and I'm loving the life that I have right now with my kids. But I have lost the passion for the game I love. I'm trying to get it back, but it's hard. How can I get that passion back?
I would say get like Bowtie, like you say, you have a passion for that coaching. Kids are the priority. My best friend, we used to be the road trip guys, hitting every tournament, doing what we do. Him and his wife just celebrated their 23rd wedding anniversary. His children are my godchildren. So I understand how kids get to a point where they're the ones that set the schedule in your life. But maybe in order to get that passion back, you find these youngsters that have that passion, and you kind of attach yourself to them, and you kind of go wide and go deep in that crowd, and then that's the one that'll help you bring your passion back, because you see that they got such a passion for it that maybe you can actually lend some of your knowledge to them. I would say, yeah, get with the youth. Get with the youth if you want to try and get your passion back.
I like that. Hey, look, I know I missed the show on Tuesday. He been on my head. Look, I've been seeing all these comments about me missing my show on Tuesday. He been on my head, man. Dude. We gonna end this.
Too. I did.
Hey, we gonna end this. We gonna end this at 2.5. We gonna end this. Okay. But like I said, this is not the end of it, fellas. I told you there will be a round 2.
All right. I'm down with it whenever you tell me.
There'll be a round 2.
Tell me when you need me to be here.
Hey, can I say something real quick, though? Let me say something real quick.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mike King, I want to touch on what you asked about. I'm just going to say this right now, man. All of us love this game, and this game has been great to us. I mean, the reason why the 5 of us are on here is God allowed us to come together because of this sport that we love, okay? And I'm so thankful for it. Mike, I'm just going to say this to you, bro. Life, we have different seasons, man. And right now, you're in a season right now where bowling is not the priority. And there's nothing wrong with that, because right now it's about your kids. And you might not ever get this. You can't get this time back. And so right now, they need to be your priority. And this game taking a back seat, ain't nothing wrong with that. Once you have finished doing what you're supposed to do with them, who's to say you don't get your passion back later on? But for right now, if your passion is for those kids, that's in order. That's actually in order. Bowling should be on the back burner. Okay, this game will be here when it's all said, and it'll still be here. But the opportunity to raise your kids and be in your child's life right now and set up your legacy, no, that's priority. Stay with that.
Great insight, Ron. Great insight.
Hey, Wanda said, to the president's credit, Dewan wanted to do some virtual things, but because of the pandemic, but the Constitution wouldn't allow it. This right here is my biggest problem right here. The Constitution won't allow it. Hey, change, do something different, change.
You're right. You're absolutely right that we have to change. But it's just like the Constitution that you have in America. Every Constitution, you can't just change it on the fly. It has to be put in writing. It has to go through certain steps to be approved to make the change. So that needs that. But if we know change needs to happen, somebody has to start. Yeah, we can talk about it.
Get the ball rolling.
But until some action takes place, until we start to take the steps to get it changed, it ain't gonna change.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, fellas, man. We're going to come to this last one right here. What's it? Keith, Godfrey, the virtual aspect of the convention is feasible. A constitutional amendment would need to be passed. And yes, we know. We got that. We got
What's
that.
up? Keith saw the show last night.
Hey,
Bought a book
Keith
for me.
Bridge 4.
Bought a book from me. Thanks for your support, Keith. And I think that could work. Like I said, I think that BrandAn Bowtie is actually laying out the blueprint for what needs to be done going forward. I think that this panel and this show is actually showing TNBA what needs to be done in order for us to move into, the future. It's always been the national convention is in this city and the conference is on such and such day at such and such time. And if you want your voice to be heard, you need to be at that conference. And all I'm saying is that we're too intelligent and too creative and too advanced to still be thinking like that. If we can actually have a virtual meeting like this, it's no reason for us to still be operating like none of this exists, like it's still 1980. And like I said, President Clark, smart, is highly intelligent. And then on top of being highly intelligent, videography is his thing. Before he actually fostered that relationship between TNBA and Bold TV, he used to go to all of the regions and videotape the stepladder finals himself, just so our tournaments could have, that visibility. But by him being the president, he's probably got a little too much on his plate to handle something like this at the national conference or the national convention. But I know somebody who could handle it. There it is, that one right up there in the left-hand corner of your screen.
Make it do what it do.
There it is. Right there, switchboard,
do what it do.
Got a passion. You just finished saying you coach. You feel like we have an obligation to give back to the youth. Man, you can gather those youth. We get a big 80-inch screen, and you got them all on Zoom or StreamYard or whatever it is, the virtual form that actually gets them together. And it's like they're at the convention. They all right there in the same room, just virtually. And they can see what's going on. They can provide their own input. That might, somebody was talking about, how do we get that idea about the next bowling center in the inner city off the ground? It's probably going to come from one of these 18 to 24-year-olds. We just got to get them in the fold.
Yep.
Hey, well, that's my job. That's our job. I'm gonna put you guys up to that too, because you guys know some youngsters just like I do. Let's get some of these young guys so we can put them. I can get them on a round table discussion, and we can talk about some things, man. Because I know they have some great ideas, but the reason we don't know about them is because they don't have a platform to talk about them. So here I am.
Yeah, you are. There it is. Do what it do.
And line up some young people for your show. I'm the first one tuning in. I'd love to hear what some of these young people got to say.
All right. Hey,
Jalen Mosley, where you at? Get ready for the show.
Jalen Mosley coming on Tuesday. He had something to do.
He on Tuesday?
He on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. I definitely.
So, hey, fellas, round two. We gonna talk. We gonna text, and we gonna make it happen. Because I know there's more. There's more to it than we can talk about. There's a lot more.
Yes, it is.
So
just let me know when.
I got you guys.
Yeah, let us know when.
Let me know.
Hey, from the bottom of my heart, though, fellas, I love you guys, man.
Love you too.
I love you guys too. Love you, Ron. Godfrey, my man, Mo,
hey, all four of you guys already know.
Yeah. So look, y'all have a great night. Be safe. Take care. I say it all the time. Hey, thank the man above for another opportunity, another day. All right.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace
Love
out.
you guys, man. Y'all be safe.
Everybody stay safe and healthy.
Yes, sir.
Guys, that was absolutely amazing. I want to thank Godfrey, Ron, Gerald, and Mo for coming on. Dude, like I said, it's a round two coming because there is more that we could talk about. I said it's some stuff that I didn't get to talk about because it was just so much. You can't put all of that great information into one show because we'd be here for 4 or 5 hours talking easy. Dude, like I said, those guys there though, the positivity, dude, it's everything. It's everything. So like I said, that meant a lot to me. Round 2 coming, man. I'm telling y'all be ready. It's coming. When? I don't know. I'm gonna text my boys, and we gonna talk. But as always, begin with it and end with it. The anthem.
I got a strike while the iron is hot. One of one, don't follow flocks. Man, I got this on lock. Team Harvey, team hustle, team can't be stopped. Just cop 900 glower, yeah, I'm fresh out the shop. Let's start bowling. I'm an expert on the lane. Yeah, smooth approach, about to roll a perfect game. And well connected with the sport's biggest names. We can't talk unless an X on the frame. I'm here asking the questions, clear the air and confusion. Fresh, humble, and arrogant with the logo infusion. Red cup for the right vibe. I got the answers. You going live with Bowtie.
That's I got the red cup for the right vibe. I got all the answers. You going live with Mr. Bowtie, man. Y'all heard it, man. I want to thank my cousin for doing that song for me, man. He absolutely killed it. And man, hey, take care of yourself. Once you take care of yourself, then you can take care of your loved ones. But it has to start with self first. Self-love, self-drive, self-determination. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's make it happen. We're going to get out of this. It's just a little minor storm obstacle that God is putting us through. But hey, he's not going to put us through nothing that we don't understand and we won't get through. I'll tell you that right now. All right? As always, guys, love you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for just tuning in. And I see you. Hey, have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. And have a great weekend, man. Love you guys, man. Bowtie out. Peace.